You're watching Soda City Living. Here's roller derby.
We're here with the Richland County Regulators roller derby team, and I want to talk to the assistant coach to get a little bit more information. How long have you been doing roller derby?
I've been playing for 11 years now.
Wow, and so how did you get started doing this?
Kind of a friend of a friend. I had a friend at work who was talking about it. He wanted me to get into it, but I thought roller derby was kind of like it was in the 80s. It was all wrestling and flashy and elbows and stuff. I didn't really think it was like. And then another friend of mine who played was like, no, you understand, you got to go to a game. And I went to one game and I was hooked. I was like, yeah, I got to do this. And that was 11 years ago.
So we're here with one of the veteran skaters, Michaela, but that's not what people here call you.
They call me Sassy.
And why is that? So everyone has a derby name, right?
Right. Honestly, it's like super fitting for me. Well, my full derby name is Lil Sassy because I'm small and maybe a hot mess.
I love that. So I feel like a lot of people may think it's only women who don't do roller derby. Do you think that's a misconception?
I think it is because when roller derby originally started, there was only a women's league. It wasn't until I think about 10 years ago, 12 years ago when men's teams started showing up. And even these days, the men's team is a co-ed league.
For those maybe not familiar with roller derby, what is it? What is the objective? How do you score points? All that good stuff.
So there's a jammer. That's the person who has a star on their helmet.
Okay.
And they're the only person in the game that can actually score points. So very often I'm jamming, and if I'm on the black team, however many of the yellow players I pass is 1 point. So normally if I pass them all, I get 4 points. So they're trying to not let me pass them. They're trying to knock me out. But whenever I pass one, that's 1 point.
And one thing that surprised me is the coach was saying this is not a very fast sport. You're not going around the rink, and I think a lot of people may think that when they think of roller derby. So what are you guys doing that makes you kind of go slow?
So it starts very slow because the pack is not trying to get you out. And also the pack wants to play offense for their jammer as well. But if I were to get past both of the packs, I am going fast at that point. So I'm going to go all the way around the track and then come back.
So in the past year and a half, how have you seen this team grow?
So we used to have our own warehouse, and we had maybe like just under a full team, and then we lost our warehouse in August, and so our team died pretty much.
Okay.
We were a little homeless, what we call it. We were just practicing wherever we could find a place, and now that we're a little more stable, we're getting a lot more people now.
Awesome. So what makes a full team? How many people?
It's normally just a full roster. So we have different groups. There's like an assessed group, and normally I think that's about 9 to 11 people. And then the fresh meat, it can be however many.
What made you take that jump from just playing to coaching?
It was kind of by accident. My team started practicing again in March of last year, and I kind of wanted to knock the rust off just to get back into it.
Yeah.
So I started just hanging out with the regs, just skating with them. And I've been playing for a while, and I would help a little bit here and there. And I knew Delv since I started. He was the very first coach I ever had. And then they were like, hey, Luby, you know, we've been kind of looking for a second coach. Would you like to do it? I'm like, well, okay, if I have to.
Awesome. And I'm sure it's been a great experience. You're a good coach,
Thanks.
too.
I try. It's playing and coaching are two very different things.
Everyone is so welcoming and so respectful of each other, too. And I think you guys do a really good job at fostering that kind of environment. What is your favorite part of coming to these practices?
I think I have to say it's exactly what you touched on, is the camaraderie and the friendship. Like, everybody is so warm and welcoming. My very first practice, I felt like I was part of the team, even though it was my very first practice. And even when I just started coaching a year ago, and all the girls have been so nice to me, so accepting, and I've made so many friends over the years.
So I was self-employed for 4 years, and I was becoming like mind numb to doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So it was either derby or yoga, and so I just went to my first derby practice and I never left.
Yeah, and I was saying earlier, this is just such a welcoming environment. I love how we got in a big circle at the beginning and we all introduced ourselves, and everyone seems so friendly.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, this could really be a spot for anyone looking to have fun and get some exercise.
Yeah, we welcome any and everybody. We're very, very welcoming.
All you have to do is just show up and just watch. Like, you don't have to put on skates, you don't have to participate if you want. Just show up and watch. If you think this is kind of what you're into, absolutely go for it. We got loaner gear, so you don't have to buy stuff ahead of time. We can give you skates so you can just kind of practice and see. And we don't just throw you on the track, right? You have to practice a minimum assessments before you can actually start skating. So we're not just going to throw you to the wolves on your very first day.
And so for someone who might be nervous about getting started or maybe thinks roller derby is probably not for me, what tips would you give them?
Honestly, just come to your first practice, put on some skates. Some people on the team have literally never skated before joining, so we can teach you everything from how to skate, how to fall, and then how to hit.
Really, anybody who just kind of is going through a life change, really. Anybody who wants to mix things up, do something different, whether you want to meet friends, get back into shape, just have some fun. whatever you want to do. Or if you're competitive, want to play a sport, this is it for you.
If you were to give me a Derby name, what would you call me?
Okay, we decided that we're going to call you Beat Down Barbie.
Oh, yes, I love it. Wow, that's fabulous. Well, that wraps it up for Beat Down Barbie here at the Richland County Regulators roller derby practice. But if you want to learn more about the team and what they do, or if you're interested in joining the team, go to their Facebook or Instagram and shoot them a message.
3, 2, 1, BGS!
I had a blast with the Richland County Regulators Derby team. Big thanks to the team for hosting us, lending me some colorful gear, and giving me my very own Derby name. Be sure to follow the Regulators on Facebook to keep up with all the fun and give roller derby a try. We'll be right back.